So I'm going to mess around for a little bit here on Google Sites just to give you maybe just some ideas, okay, and go over some of the expectations again of the website and those expectations. So I don't feel it was clear, and so I want to reiterate. You must have 3 pages on your website. The first page, if you look back at the rubric, is just an overview of the organization. The second page is you describing the problem, and then the third page is you identifying your solution. Okay, so that's what you must represent in and on your website. Okay, so if we're doing that, and I'm just here on the page, right? Here's just some ideas. Maybe I put your organization's name here, right at the top. Maybe under there, you could put, maybe a slogan or something else. I'm not exactly sure. Enter site name. You could put your organization's name here as well. And then maybe here you could put your slogan that you have. What's like your catchy slogan? Or your campaign name? Because again, you got to look back at that rubric and see, okay, what's expected of you. Here would be a great place to put your organization's goals or goal. Okay, because it should just be one goal for your organization. So that could literally be your front page. Okay, you guys, so keep that in mind. So you got a catchy campaign name, which is kind of like your organization's name. Okay, and then a slogan and your organization's goal. And that's it. You need to also include your logo on that front page. Now, there are 2 different things now that you can do. You can add other sections to this to have it be a 1-page website, which means that you start out at the top with the overview of your organization. And then you scroll down, you just kind of scroll through, and then next you would see you could add another section. Maybe we want to copy this section. So I'm going to duplicate. Go here to the left, duplicate, and then I'm going to drag that down. I'm going to delete this learn more section. I'm going to delete that. And then maybe here I'll do the problem, right? Because that's the next step you need to have is a problem page, or you could do a completely separate page. But here, if I just do problem here, and I need to clearly identify the root historical cause of the problem. So I could copy this one, move it down, root of the problem, and have a little paragraph, a little blurb about that. After that, okay, if you look at the rubric, okay, use up to 3 charts and graphs to show the problem's existence. That's where I would use maybe some images here, or maybe you could change, add something to it. You could change what it looks like exactly, but I would add some charts and graphs here. And if you look, it says use up to 3 charts, graphs to show the problem's existence. You could have 1 here, 1 in the middle, 1 on the right side. You could have maybe 3 vertically. I'm just gonna mess around a little bit, just get an idea of what our options are. Right, maybe we make this, can I make that larger? Yeah, I make that larger. And then I could duplicate that section and do 3. I could do a chart here. Chart 1. Again, I'm just messing around. Okay. I could import chart 2. And then chart 3. Now let me go back and give you an example. We'll go back to the example we've shown before. Campaign 0. Now, if you look at campaign 0, and this is just an example here that will show the charts and graphs of that and how they communicate some of this information. And again, this website is, it's just a great example. I'm actually going to let's go to the problem. So take a look. Here's a graphic. More than 1,000 people are killed by police every year in America. So there's a graphic that represents that. So if you're talking about the LGBTQ plus community, how could you represent some of the issues, the crimes against them, okay, in a graphic? For example, here's one that represents, okay, as an example, and here's a source. Here's another one. Nearly 60% of victims did not have a gun or were involved in activities that should not require police intervention, such as harmless quality of life behaviors or mental health crisis. So again, they have some research done, and they have that chart. And then here again, there were only 27 days in 2019 where police did not kill someone. 2019 was no different. And here's their graphic. So there's 3. They have a 4th one as well. So you need to do something very similar for yours. How can you represent a graphic, an image, something, a chart or a graph that you could input here? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's what you are expected to do. And then use other resources to explain and contextualize the charts and graphs. Here's where you would kind of elaborate and give some context to the chart. I'm going to say contextualize the graph or chart. Okay, you would provide some understanding of the resource and really ultimately what that means or what it represents. So if you look at this, right, this kind of provides that context that represents what's going on here. This provides the context for what's going on in the calendar. This provides the context for what's happening here in that chart. That is exactly what you are doing here. And you could maybe change the layout. Let's see. Like maybe, look, so you could add a text here and a chart here. I just added that layout to, and if I don't like that, just delete it. Just hit delete. Okay, so that could be the problem page. That could be the problem page. There you go. Pretty straightforward. Now repeat that, duplicate, drag the problem down to the bottom. And now, what is going to be the solution? Same thing if you look at the rubric. Clearly identify 3 realistic actions to the stated problem. Find 3 resources to help support the 3 realistic actions you proposed. Include at least 1 graphic for each of those. So, similar to the one before, you could add this one. If I go over to this right side, click that. I could then move that up. Okay, I'm gonna delete that section. I have fun, it's fun. I like this stuff. Okay, so now, what are gonna be the 3 action number 1, action number 2, action number 3. You can provide an image, a graph, or something to go along with it. You could add like some of your resources here. You could describe it, description. All right. So that is what you should do to create your website. And again, you could have a description here for your action number 2. And then go ahead and delete. We can delete that one. You could have something like that if you want to still have that. Subscribe to the mailing list or something. Doesn't really matter. Okay. All right. So just giving you ideas. So that's what you could do. I don't like how that's done. There we go. Let's move that a little bit. Make it look a little bit better there. Okay, I'm gonna preview it. Let's take a look. All right, got organization's name, got a slogan, the goal, Here's the problem. You know what? I think that should be bigger. If I'm looking at that and I'm giving feedback and I'm looking at trying to figure out what looks best, I think that problem part should be bigger. Root of the problem, and then I have my 3 charts that represent the problem that I'd have to create and then input. Then I have solution, my 3 action items, and a description of those actions. Okay, so that could be pretty close to the design of the website, and you could use whatever design you want. Okay, and that's kind of what you can do. You can even go check out the tablet mode and even the mobile mode, what it would look like on a phone. Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna go to pages. So if I'm doing one screen, one page, which I honestly prefer, okay, I don't have to click on anything and go to another page. That's just gonna be the home page. I'm gonna delete these other pages. Delete. So that way I don't even have to worry about it. I just know it's all on one page, no problem at all. Okay, and you're good to go. Again, I think I decided right. I wanted that bigger. I'm just gonna change the font size. Maybe. Let's see if they'll let me do that. There we go. Maybe that'll be a little bit better, a little bit clearer to identify the sections and what's on that section. There we go. I feel like that's a little bit better. Or maybe there's a better, let's see. You got all these things that you can add to it. You add a video, calendar. Let's see. Y'all don't enjoy this? Y'all enjoy this? I enjoy this. Collapsible text. What is that? I don't know exactly what that is. Collapsible. Maybe. Let's look. Let's test it out. See what we got. I think I know what that means. There we go. All right, let's look at it, and you can take a look too. Let's preview. There it is. Collapsible. There you go. You can open it up and see different things. So it's just something you could do as well. Another idea. I'm going to delete that because it's not really functional for what we're trying to do or what I'm trying to do with this website.